The reason why Julian JROCK Williams is not going to fight Rosario again in an immediate rematch comes to light. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family, the Cash App. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel when you guys utilize that link. Click on that ESPN Plus link. You can get it as a standalone app, or you can get ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps. I personally have all three of them for $12.99 a month in the bundle, if you so choose, and it does help the channel. Now, reports have surfaced regarding Julian JROCK Williams and why he is not taking an immediate rematch and fighting Rosario yet again in his next fight. And I thought this was interesting, and I haven't really seen anybody talking about this. So the reports are basically suggesting like Julian Williams' trainer, Breadman, he's explaining why that they're not going to fight the JEISON Rosario in a rematch. That was a pretty bad loss for JROCK. He was definitely hurt and buzzed, and he lost at home. He had a pretty good Philly crowd, and he lost. He was hurt by the punches, a knockout artist, and according to JROCK's trainer, longtime trainer Breadman, Stephen Edwards, he's saying that JROCK just had surgery to remove scar tissue in his eyes, both of his eyes. And I've seen this. This is corroborated by pictures that are surfaced on the internet that JROCK posts, and he believes that this is a strong reason why he lost. Whether you guys agree with it or not, that's what they're claiming. They're saying that it was something that he needed to do, and they knew he needed to do, but they just kept on trucking, and they didn't do it. So he said it would be counterproductive to rush the process and the healing process and to immediately go into a rematch. So, it sounds like a pretty straightforward answer, and I could respect that. I kind of agree with the sentiment of not going into immediate JEISON Rosario rematch based on how the first fight played out. It's weary. Like even Wilder fighting Tyson Fury in the third fight straight away, which is what he's decided to do and triggered, it becomes a dangerous proposition, just like Joshua going back in there with Ruiz. Dangerous just because you know how it's perceived to take losses in boxing. So if you lose in the same way, if not worse, then, it doesn't really do anything for your career. And, this is not speculation. I've seen the pictures of JROCK getting the surgery on his eyes, so they're saying it's counterproductive. I'm not sure that's the reason why he lost. I think, in my opinion, it's a little bit deeper. I do think that JROCK's a good fighter, but I think JROCK underestimated Banana, or whatever his name is, JEISON Rosario. I think he thought it was going to be easier than what it was. You look at, nobody really knew who Rosario was. I had seen him on some undercards, on some PBC undercards that I've covered and things like that, but he looked like a guy who can hit, and that's it. And JROCK has skills all day for that, because Hurd can hit and was equally as big and stuff like that. But the difference being is Rosario did subtle things that were slightly different fundamentally than Hurd. So the mistake to me that JROCK made was he kind of approached in the same fashion as if he was fighting Hurd again. And in the first round, he did pretty good, and I think I gave him that round. But then after that round, he was getting drugged into a faster pace, kind of a slugfest, and then that wasn't looking good. And then he ended up getting hurt, and the rest is history. So I think he needed to make some tweaks. This is not Hurd, because Rosario was doing subtle things. He was jabbing. He had a real crispy uppercut that he was throwing. He's not much on the defensive side, but he was durable. So anytime someone's a puncher, big puncher, and durable and underestimated, and doing little subtle things different, I thought he was doing little subtle things different and almost better than Jarrett Hurd. And then, you have the recipe for disaster, plus hometown fight, hometown pressure, stuff like that. So I can't wait to see what's next if they decide to do JEISON Rosario versus Jermell Charlo, you know, versus Hurd, and then, you know, JROCK maybe fight the winner or something like that. But it sounds like JROCK is still going to be in contention for a title shot, even if he doesn't get an immediate rematch. But right now with the Rona, you know, boxing's kind of on standby. We don't really know what fights are going to happen, and this has probably caused a halt to some of the plans and the preparation and the planning. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Me, since JROCK's going to sit this one out, at least for the time being, I would like to see him, you know, rest up and then take maybe a tune-up fight and then go after one of the big names. You know, if all goes well in that fight, I think the best fight right now that could be made is Jermell Charlo versus Rosario in a unification, you know. So let me know what you guys think. I want to make this video just to give you guys the update as to why JROCK is, you know, why is he opting out of the immediate rematch. And this is funny because he did the same thing and he didn't stop though, but he beat Jarrett Hurd, and it was thought that they were going to do an immediate rematch, and then Hurd pulled out and said, you know, I'm not doing this. I switched up my whole team, and he had his reason. I think, you know, aside from the scar tissue, I think both Hurd and his loss to JROCK and JROCK's loss to Rosario, I think they realized that it's dire straits. They don't want to, you know, I'm not saying they're thinking about losing, but they know they got to correct some things, because a back-to-back loss in the same fashion wouldn't be good for any fighter, you know. So I think that's part of the decision making as well, is I got to make sure I come back correct, heal right, and kind of go back to the basics, see where I messed up, and give it my best effort. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego, signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.